Hello and welcome to day 12, and we are going to do the face on this sweet little rabbit that we're going to pop in our bed in a little while. So we're going to get a bit of the dark brown wool, and I want you to pull off a really small amount and give it a little bit of a rub between your fingers. We're going to try and make like a little bit of string or a little cord. You can see, pull it slightly apart, you can get it even thinner. You have to be careful you don't break it, but just a little bit of pulling to the sides can help make it even finer, which will help make our eye look a little bit more delicate. So I'm going to rub it between my fingers, so a little bit of friction will also start binding the fibres together. So this is going to be quite a long bit, and we don't need all of this, so in a minute I'm going to get my scissors out. I'm just going to chop it down into a more manageable size. So I'll chop off one end, and then I'll just take a section. That gives me a long enough bit to work with. So we're going to do an eye, and it's going to be like a little closed eye, so it's going to be a line. I'm going to put it about there. That's where I'm going to draw it on. So I'm just going to fix it in the middle. A few pokes just to anchor it in there. And this is fiddly. So just take your time, don't rush it. So that's going to be the middle of the eye. That's where it's going to finish that side. So I'm just easing it in. It just flicks up at that side. And then I'm just going to mark the other side here. That's where I'm going to finish it. So I don't need that bit. I'm going to chop that bit off. And there's a little sleepy eye. Now I've got it in position. I'm happy with it. I can still pull it around a little bit with the needle. But if I'm happy with the position, I'm going to start poking it deeper. So I'm pushing it deeper into the wool. As you can see, as I do that, it gets thinner. The line gets a bit finer. Now sometimes I have a couple of go at doing eyes. Sometimes the first time you put it in, you're not happy with it. You can just pull it all out and start again. So don't worry if it doesn't look quite right first time. So there we are. You can see once you push it in, that line gets so much finer. You can do a little bit of dragging down of the grey fibres backwards and forwards, and that just helps set it in place. And there we go, there's the eye. Happy with that? And next we're going to pop on a nose. So same again, we need to get some of that fibre that we've already started rubbing and getting into a thin thread. I'm going to cut off a smaller piece so it's easier to work with. And we're going to draw the nose on in two parts. So this bit is going to be like a V shape. So I'm going to place it down here, give it a little poke in the middle, just to anchor it in. Then I'm going to pull up one side. That's where it's going to finish there. And then I'm going to pull it up the other side, make a little V shape. That's where it's going to finish that side. So the bits that are hanging off each edge, I'm going to trim. There we are. So I've trimmed those bits off, and now I'm going to work that line in a bit deeper. So there's still time to pull it around into place a little bit before I push it in. But if you're happy with the position, just push those fibres deeper into the head, and the line will become thinner and more defined. Now I'm going to draw a little line just underneath to finish off. I've got a tiny bit there, that will do it. So it's fiddly. Just catch it in place. There we are. I'm just going to draw a line, and it actually forms like a Y altogether. So we've got that V to start off with, and then the line coming down, and now it looks like a Y. So same again, just push it in a little bit deeper, trim off any extra bits you don't need. Just tidy it up a little bit. It's looking good. So some of that pink that you use for the ears, we're going to pop just on the end of that nose just to colour it. So a tiny, tiny amount. Pop it over the top, and then just start poking it into place. Just use the needle just to pull it into the middle. A little bit of a swirl around gathers up the fibres as well. And then just tidy it up a little bit. If you've put a bit too much on, you can always trim some back. There we go. We have a very sweet little rabbit. Sleepy rabbit with his nose and his mouth on and his eyes. And now we're just going to add some whiskers just to finish him off. So you need a bit of thread and cotton. So you don't really need to fix these whiskers in too hard, so you can just run the cotton through from one side of the nose to the other and trim it off either side. And the wool will pretty much hold it all in place. So I'm going to run it through 3 times. Trim it off roughly. So that's the first one. And the second one. And just repeat that one more time. And at the end I'm going to trim these whiskers down all to the same length. Once they're all in place. Before I do that, I'm just going to give it a little poke just to keep them going in the same direction. They're looking a bit wild. I haven't done a terribly good job of that, but you can see what I was doing just to push the whiskers down so they go downwards. So I'm just going to trim them off that side, do the same the other side to even them up. Then I thought actually they might look better even shorter, so I'll give them an extra little trim. And there we are, a sleepy little rabbit. It's pretty much finished, but I'm just going to go over everything, just neaten it up a little bit, tidy everything up. So there he is, that's today's task all done. Our rabbit is finished and we need to go in the bed. Let's just check to see what he fits, and he looks all right. There he goes. Brilliant, well done. Your job's done for today, and I shall see you tomorrow for the next video.